Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Velocity Motion Athletic. I'm Coach Daniel, and today we're going to be talking about creatine. So today we're going to be talking about creatine, exactly what it is, how does it help you, what sort of types of creatine there are, and basically the myths and misconceptions around creatine. Alright, so we're going to be talking about the two main creatines. It is monohydrate and HCl creatine. What is creatine? So creatine is a molecule that the body produces naturally. It is made primarily in the kidneys and then completed in the liver by three amino acids, namely glycine, arginine, and methionine. I hope I pronounced this correctly. Anyway, these amino acids are then converted into creatine phosphate and phosphocreatine, which we store in the skeletal muscle and then use that as an energy source. The phosphocreatine synthesizes during high intensity work like weightlifting and sprinting. These rely on our first stage of energy, which is ATP, also known as adenosine triphosphate. This is basically the energy source that accounts for that first burst of energy, such as speed and power movements in weightlifting and sprinting. This can also be known as the anaerobic system. Anything further than that, we head into the aerobic state. So now we know the energy source, but what does creatine actually do to our bodies? The creatine pulls water into your muscle cells, which causes protein synthesis, and that is used for energy purposes. Creatine comes in many forms, but today we're going to be talking about the two main forms of creatine monohydrate and creatine HCl hydrochloride. Creatine monohydrate is the most common use as there's more research done about it. So let's talk about HCl for a bit. Creatine HCl is bound with hydrochloric acid, which enhances its solubility and overall absorption rate. This means that it is easier to be broken down and quicker to absorb by the body. As it absorbs quicker, this reduces side effects from absorption into the bloodstream. It is said that HCl improves the stability of creatine. This implies that no loading phase is required as it is in monohydrate. So what the loading phase is, it's basically dosages in steps. You control the amount of creatine you're taking at a specific amount of time, just so your body gets used to what you're actually putting in extra amounts. So you might be thinking HCl takes the win. Let's talk about monohydrate for a bit. Now, monohydrate has way more research-backed evidence, and it is the original creatine supplement, and it has been around for much longer and commonly used. One of the biggest advantages monohydrate has over HCl is its purity. It is basically over 99% pure because it is not bound with other elements as HCl is. Let's not forget to mention the affordability of monohydrate, as it is cheaper than the other forms such as HCl because of its pure form. As with all supplements, they should only be taken when you have a lack thereof or you need an extra amount of this certain element. As we know, creatine helps with fast twitch first energy source, is more recommended for high intensity athletes as opposed to a longer duration athletes such as a marathon runner. With that being said, I'm not saying a marathon runner should not take creatine. I just think the benefits of creatine does not really match the characteristics that a marathon runner would want, but they can have it in smaller doses. Creatine has been shown to increase strength and muscle mass, which is something a distance runner would not necessarily want. So again, I recommend only taking supplements for a specific purpose or a lack of nutrient intake. Last thing for those wanting to take creatine is when to take it. So it is recommended to take creatine shortly before or after your workout with the recommended dosage. On days of rest or little activity, you can still take it, but the timing is not important. You can generally take it when you wake up in the morning or just before a meal. Creatine can also be found in foods such as red meats. Alright guys, and that is my little speech about creatine. I hope you guys got a little bit of information about that. If you are still undecisive, please let me know in the comments what you think, and maybe I can answer the questions that I did not answer yet. Based on evidence and research that has been done in the past, I would say monohydrate is still the best bet to go for. Alright guys, that is me for today. If this information was helpful and you got a little bit more information about creatine, hit that like button, subscribe button for more videos like this coming up soon. Everything health and fitness. This is Velocity Motion Athletic. I'm Coach Daniel and I'm out. Cheers.